Good evening, warriors. This is Suzanne with Warrior of Light Coaching. So, tonight I'm gonna talk about change and what it can mean for you and what it has meant for me. Change often comes in small packages. It's very subtle, very comfortable in a sense, and comes naturally. And sometimes the big change comes with a lot of growing pains, a lot of fear, and even scare. In a sense, you're scared. Last time I did big change, I moved from Germany to the US 11 years ago, and there was a little fear and some scary in there to see what is gonna happen, what's gonna come. There was also a lot of excitement, newlywed, going to a new country I've never been before, and deciding to live there. So the change was at times overwhelming, but it also was very exciting. Now, recently, I found myself in another phase of change and considering moving. I don't like moving. I don't like packing. I don't like the whole logistics of it. I have done it several times within the town I'm living in. Don't like it any more than I did the last few times. But this is big. This is a big change for me, which is moving across country and seeing what's out there. And I think what has made this change even more worrisome and, in a sense, scary is the fact that I'm a parent. This change doesn't only affect me, it affects my daughter. And by extension, it affects the family around us, my friends, family by blood, family by choice, people that have become family because they have been in my life so long that they are family. And honestly, this has been, in a sense, emotionally exhausting as you ride the roller coaster of you want to go forward, you want to change, but all the what ifs and all the scary parts that can happen, and you imagine them as you're trying to prepare for change and trying to move forward, trying to decide what to do. It's overwhelming at times, and even when you feel in your gut that this change is the right thing, you still find yourself finding the need to justify why you're doing this and having to justify to everyone around you. And finally, I came to the point that I don't have to. I don't. I'm doing this not to be mean or spiteful or even disrespectful to anyone. I'm doing this for me, and by extension of that, I'm doing this for my family of two. I'm hoping, I'm working on creating change. Sometimes when you feel like you're stuck in one place, no matter what you do, you can't seem to get out of that mindset. And change is in order. You probably don't have to do change as big as I am doing and moving across country, but I felt that was the right direction to go, to get a new place, a fresh start, fresh things to look at, fresh places to see, and hopefully new and even bigger opportunities out there. I love my friends and my family, but at the end of the day, I'm responsible for my family of two. And I found myself at a point where I really could not justify the stress and the strain and even some of the depression I put myself through. And I could feel seeping over to my daughter. We've been like cat and mouse in this transition that we found ourselves hurled into because of different circumstances that I did not foresee. I battled with the guilt of moving because this is the only place she has ever lived. I've dealt with the guilt of having gotten too comfortable. You know, when you get to the point where you think, okay, I've got things figured out, I'm going to move myself up, this is going to work out, it's going to be a struggle for a bit, but it's going to work out, and then boom, freight train hits you. And you have two choices. You can stick your head in the sand and bury yourself, or you use it as a catalyst for change. At first, I did the first one. Buried my head in the sand, threw myself a pity party, was all about poor me, poor us, what in the world am I gonna do? I was overwhelmed, I was tired, scared out of my mind. And then an option opened up. And the more I looked at it and talked about it, and even talked to my coaches about it, the more the option became the solution. The more the option became my catalyst for change and trying new things. And like I said, I am a parent. This does not only affect me, it affects my daughter. So how do I prepare her for this? I was always upfront and honest with her and telling her what was going on, what I was thinking, what I was considering. Because I feel, even though she's only 8 years old, she has the right to know what is going to happen next. She has the right to know what the options are out there. And she has a right, in my mind, to be part of this decision process. No, it was not always easy. It was an emotional roller coaster. But the closer I came to making a decision, the better our relationship became. And she seemed happier. And when I finally asked her, what do you think we should do? Don't worry about me. Don't worry about Dad. Don't worry about the family. Just tell me what you want to do. And I finally got an answer from her, and she was looking forward to change as well. Why, it's scary as heck for an 8-year-old and going to a new place and everything. Through the process of it all, she has been ready for change too. And yes, there was a lot of input from friends, from family, and I love them all dearly for it. But at the end, I had to decide what change to make. And once I finally made that change and stuck to it, it felt like the weight of the world was lifted off of me. So then was the whole hassle of packing and deciding when to move, how to move, what to find, and how to move forward with it, and how to make the transition, and how to involve her dad too. This is not easy. It's far from easy. It was one of the hardest decisions I had ever had to make. But I got to the point where I'm happy. I've given my 2 weeks notice. There were some tears in the office, but I even got a big old hug from the big boss, which was nice. It was nice to see that, whatever I've done at my job was good, was positive, and has left an impact. And I hope I've done the same to my community. But change is coming. We're moving in less than 2 weeks. And while this is scary, exciting, I am finally at peace because I know this is the right decision for us. To see what's out there. What can we achieve? What can I achieve? What places can we see? And I'm beyond ready for change. I've thought about it for a long time, and the last push towards that came in late March. And I decided to stop saying what if and change it to why not. And since I'm a music lover, it was funny that I heard a certain song as I'm going through this turmoil of emotions and thoughts and input. And you can check it out for yourself. But the lyrics just kind of spoke to me. I'm a music person. I drown myself in music, and ice cream. And the song is from Mike and the Mechanics, and it's called "Let Me Fly." And part of the chorus is "Let me fly. If I don't try, I will never know. Let me fly. See how far I can go. Let me dream. I can be who I want to be." And it just spoke to me because that's what it's really about. It's time to spread my wings. It's time to fly and see where we can go, how far we can go, how we can reach our dreams. And, and also gain our independence. I am beyond grateful for all the people that have supported us throughout the years. But it's more than time to make the move to independence and to find our own home, wherever that might be, and to become cemented and cohesive as our little family unit of two. I'm beyond grateful for everything everyone that I have come to know, everything I have experienced, the community connections I made in my town here. But it's time to fly. And if you ever find yourself in the same situation, I hope you have a support system. I hope you have someone there to bounce your ideas off of. I hope that you don't stick your head in the sand and be afraid to make that decision, because if you know deep within yourself, deep within your gut, that this is the right path, then follow it. Follow it, no matter how much you struggle, no matter how tired it makes you thinking about it, no matter how scary that step might be. Follow it. Because if you don't, you will never know what could have been. And you will always be stuck with the question of what if instead of why not. Thank you for watching. This is Suzanne with Royal of Light Coaching, and you have a wonderful evening.